Hello, and welcome back to the Two is Better Than One podcast featuring
Rachel
and Zara Crawford. Whoop, whoop. Housekeeping from last episode. So we did a live stream last time on Facebook. So if you haven't watched that one, please do so. We talked about quick, easy tips on losing weight. Got good feedback on it, good views.
I think we're all feeling thinner already.
Yay.
Leaner.
Hopefully you're already on your journey. It'd be great to actually get your comments in, guys, with if you've started something or what's worked for you or what hasn't, so that we can keep the conversations going about it. Weight loss is such a big one. We could literally talk about it forever.
And everyone wants to talk about it because they want to know how to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And we tend to overcomplicate it, but
yes,
it's as simple as those steps. So listen to the last one if you haven't
do
yet.
what we tell you to do.
Yeah, then literally you'll lose weight. Of course, everyone is different. Disclaimer that this is general advice, of course. If you need to see someone one-on-one and go more in depth with your weight loss journey, we highly recommend doing that. It is the best way to doing it, is getting that one-on-one support.
Yes.
And a one-on-one program or plan. Or
Yeah. You go and see professionals for everything else in your life. Like you go and see a financial advisor for your financial health, and you'll go and see, I don't know, like a builder about your house, or you go and see the professionals and you seek professional help. Why don't you do it with your own health? And
yeah. Like you go to see the doctor when you're sick, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Bit
more focus on the wellness than the illness.
Yeah, that's
is always preventative.
Yeah. You could save so much money on medicines and treatment if you focused on the preventative first off.
That's what we're all about.
Yeah, there's heaps of research out there to back that up too, about finance wise. You're better off investing in your future rather than being reactive and just...
And it's so hard to get people to realise that it is an investment. When you're spending money on your wellness, your fitness, it's an investment. It's not like you're doing it because it's a hobby or, it's fun, or you got to think of it like you're putting that money into yourself so you can live a long and happy life where you're not going to be spending lots of money on medication. You're warding off all those horrible diseases and conditions that are going to cost you a lot of money.
Yeah.
By looking after yourself now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Absolutely. And I suppose we can talk more about that later with a guest that we're going to have on soon. So stay tuned with that. Ooh, exciting.
We like special guests.
Yes, well, it'll be our first one, which will be different. That'll be cool. But today we were going to talk about this time of year. We're looking at more Christmas parties, and then Christmas, and then New Year's, and gaining weight with all those parties and Christmas and New Year's. So we thought we'd put together a few tips and tricks about staying healthy over the next few months. We do have a little bit of time left till Christmas, but I feel like it's already begun.
We've got to start now. I'm doing my work Christmas parties. I'm having 2 because I'm having them at my home. So we are still limited because of COVID to 20 people.
Yeah.
So I'm having 2 Christmas parties. That's double the chance of me eating the wrong thing.
Yeah, you're going to be at both of those.
I know. That's another event I've got to go to.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there, definitely. So, lots of events happening. Even with COVID, people are still going out and getting together and celebrating, which is lovely.
Yeah, as we should. After the year that we've had, it's we all deserve it. Yeah, we all deserve just to enjoy each other's company in person. It's been crazy. So one of the keys, just in general anyway, about Christmas is just to enjoy it. Enjoy this time of year. Don't feel stressed about it. yeah, we're all just trying to enjoy ourselves this time of year. But sometimes we can overthink it once again of like, oh, usually I gain 10 kilos over the Christmas period. Like, so let's jump into it. Let's dive into it. So the first tip that we thought we'd talk about is eating before you go out. So do you want to explain that one a bit more in depth?
Yeah, so a lot of the time we're running around, we get home from work, we get dressed and then we're out the door, and by the time we get to the event, we're saying hello, we're settling in, we're seeing everyone. By the time we sit down, it's 8:30 and you are starving and you're going to eat, so especially if it's a buffet or something like, or a 3-course meal, you're going to eat everything in sight, you're going to eat all the bread on the table, and you're probably going to choose the wrong things if you're choosing or something off a menu, because you just want the biggest meal because you're really hungry. So have something to eat, small and healthy, before you go. And that way, by the time you get to sit down for your meal, whatever it is, you are going to make better decisions. Also, it's going to stop you from eating all those little chips and dips and everything, because you won't be, going for that food because you're hungry, because you've had a satisfying little snack before you left. So.
Yeah. That's healthy option to
yes.
use. Those dips and things aren't the best.
So you're better off, grabbing a piece of fruit or, some Ryvitas with some cheese and tomato, something nice and quick and easy, handful of nuts, something like that, and just say, okay, that's my snack. I've now eaten. Now I'm not going to eat until dinner.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And just stay away from those grazing tables.
Yeah, that's so hard to do. And I suppose, well then, what's the best option usually at the grazing table, do you think?
Oh, yeah. Who knows? It's so tricky. The dips, you want to stay away from the dips. They're probably the most deadliest. Cheeses, again, you've got to be careful because they're not to say that cheese is bad for you, but it is very high in calories. So if there is fruit on the table or veggie sticks, if you're lucky enough to have that, then you can go for some of that. A lot of the time, some of those platters have got very processed meats with salamis, and just try and stay away from that. Yeah. Because all that processed stuff is not good for you if you're trying to stick to a whole food diet. If there's a bit of bread on there, that's okay. Have a bit of bread, or sometimes you'll get some bread and olive oil and things like that.
That stuff's fine.
That's okay. Just try not to eat too much of it, and just don't sit where it is. Well.
Oh,
sit
that's a great
away
tip.
from it.
Yeah.
Don't sit right in front of the food, because if it's in reaching distance, you're gonna just get kicked
automatically. Yeah, you won't even realize you're doing it. Yeah. Oh, I love that one. I think another good one too is to probably keep your hands busy. So even if you have a glass of water with you at the table as well, you can just sip on that instead. So every time you go to reach for
that was one of our
other
tips, is when you are having a drink at the parties, go for your lower calorie ones as well.
Which is obviously water. 0 calories, people. Your best, healthiest option. Or even just spacing those drinks out as well. Like having that full glass of water in between.
Your
sort
drink.
Of slows you down.
Yeah. The gin and soda, very trendy. Or vodka and soda is because... And all the girls are doing that. Yeah. Because it's low in calories.
Yeah.
So it is better option than wine or beer as far as your calorie count goes. Having one of those. And, just be careful not to overdo it. And don't drink and drive. Yeah.
So another tip that you were saying before was to put your hand up as the driver if you wanted to try to cut down on those calories and stay healthy over the Christmas month.
So you might have 8 Christmas parties to go to, for example, over the next couple of months. And then you're going to say, okay, 4 of those I'm going to drive. And that way I'm not going to drink any alcohol.
Each and every one of them. Yeah. That's where it starts to add up. Even though you might be only having 2 or 3. It's how many weekends in a row
Yeah.
are you doing that?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
and are you
right.
going from one party to the next? Things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's some great tips. Sometimes they'll have stuff like your soft drinks and everything there too. Once again, it's all enjoy it. Like, if you want to have one, have one. It's just not going overboard with it.
Yes.
Like, it's just not having like 3 glasses of that punch bowl.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just portioning it out. Yeah, love it. All right, what's the next one on our list? What else have we got?
Okay. We've got traveling when you're traveling. So
Ooh,
holidays, you get in the car, we're going away, going to different towns, traveling through and having to stop places to grab lunch.
Yes, which we did all my life
We
growing up.
We did. And
We would drive to Queensland, a whole 12 hours straight.
I think, yeah. And, you know, this is where moderation kind of comes in, where our kids, you guys, never ate Macca's. We never took you to McDonald's.
No.
But when we travelled, we did.
It was our treat.
It was the treat, and we did stop at McDonald's. And so that was okay. We thought that was an okay kind of balance there.
Yeah, the fact that we, like, the only times we'd ever have takeaway like that was, like, on a birthday.
Yes.
Like, or travelling.
Yes. Pretty much. Special occasions, it would be takeaway. Yeah.
And I suppose, like, if you are doing that early morning thing, I remember doing the Weet Bix in the back of the car sort of thing. Or those, like, pocket cereals.
Yeah.
Those one serving sort of things.
Yeah, in
we
the
just,
box.
Yeah.
They still have those. They still make those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd always pull up and have brekkie and...
I feel like we were always prepared because we had that routine.
Yeah,
Like-
we weren't very flushed with funds, so we couldn't afford to keep buying takeaways and stuff. So we always packed fruit and sometimes we'd pack sandwiches and that.
I remember that too.
Yeah. As far as takeaway options go, if you've got to pull up somewhere, Macca's obviously probably isn't the best choice. Oliver's is a good choice. There's a few of those around now. They're a little bit more on the expensive side of things, but they're nice and healthy foods. Subway is also a good option. So you just jump on your phone, find the closest Subway.
Yeah.
That's a better option than eating McDonald's. Because you go, oh yeah, we'll get McDonald's. I'll just get the salad.
Yeah, no.
No, you're not going to buy the salad.
No, you're
Let's
not.
be honest.
Yeah. You're pretty strong-willed if you're doing that. I'd be very impressed. Like, if you can do it,
Great.
like, that's awesome. But
about
you know you're getting that side of chips.
Yeah.
Like, you know you're getting a
it.
can of Coke. You know, like...
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, and I suppose another tip too, if there's literally no other option but Macca's, which is often the case, it's just they're so... Like, they're everywhere.
They are.
And they make it so that it is the only option.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like, they're just
One on either
strategic
side of
like
the
that.
street.
Yeah. Off the highway or whatever the case is. But I would also stick to the McCafe as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because they do have stuff like your
Toasties?
Toasties.
Yeah.
They're fine.
That's kind of like real food nearly.
Yeah. Yeah. Or usually they have like a muesli with yogurt or
Oh, yeah, they do stuff
like that. So
sometimes the servos, you have to be careful though. The servos can have fresh fruit, and I don't know about their prepackaged sandwiches and things.
yeah,
I'm a little bit sus on those. I had a bad rap once and that
that would
didn't
ruin the
sit
whole
well.
trip.
It was supposed to be a chicken. I don't think it was chicken. I
It was supposed to be chicken.
It didn't even look or smell like chicken. I don't know what it was.
Oh gosh, that's scary.
And I ate it and I'm like, I don't think I should have done that.
Oh no. When was this?
Wasn't that long ago? Oh no, that was when you had your migraine and I picked you up from work and I took you home.
Yeah.
And then I had to get back and I hadn't had lunch and I had to get fuel.
So kill two birds with one
Yeah,
stone.
so I'm like, oh my gosh, they sell chicken wraps at the service
no.
station. So I grabbed one. It was $7.
Yeah.
And I ate it on the way back to the PCYC going back to work. And then I go, oh my God, that didn't sit well.
Oh no.
But anyway.
And sometimes,
lesson
like,
learned.
yeah, those sorts of things have like lots of mayo and sauces in it and things like that to
Yeah.
like give it some flavor.
But it wasn't a good
But
flavour.
No, no,
It was
no,
hiding
no.
something.
Yeah, you want to try to avoid that.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't go there.
Yeah, no, definitely not. So yeah, try
Traveling
and
healthy options.
yeah, so try to go prepared as much as possible.
Yes.
And then when you are doing it, try to stick to those takeaway options.
I think also when you're traveling, people tend to go for the lollies to keep them, especially if you're driving by yourself,
yes.
to keep themselves awake and alert.
Yeah.
Probably not the best idea. If you do think you need a bit of a sugar boost, a trail mix, with a little bit of dried fruit in it is probably a better option.
Yeah.
And carrot sticks, they are really, really good at keeping you awake.
I've never heard that before.
Because they're a little bit higher in carbs, they're dense.
Yeah.
So your digestive system is working to digest them. And yeah, so my old Tupperware manager, she used to tell me that because she used to do a lot of driving around everywhere.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. And she'd say she would just take carrot sticks with her everywhere and she'd just munch away on those. And,
that's great.
and while you're eating, you can't fall asleep
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So
you got to be pretty tired if you fall asleep.
While
That's
you're
when
eating.
you need to just stop and pull over and have a nap.
And because you're doing a fair bit of chewing and so that's I thought that was a good tip.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's really good. That makes complete sense. Yeah, I love it. Sweet. All right.
You got some more tips?
Yeah, on to the next one. So, what have we got? Yes.
Go on when you're going to a party?
Yeah. So, taking an healthy option to the party. So, when you're not hosting, if you are hosting, obviously you have a bit more control over keeping it nice and healthy and fresh. Lots of salads and clean meats and all that sort of stuff. Not so much processed and sauces, things like that. We know our healthy options based off the last podcast if you wanted to listen to that. But say you're going to a party and they ask you to bring a serving. If you can bring something that's nice and healthy, then that way you do have a healthy option when you get there, because sometimes you're not sure what you're in for sometimes or what you're going to get. So that's always a good way to add a little bit of healthy option in there too.
Yeah. So instead of just taking a packet of chips,
yeah,
take some veggie sticks and hummus.
Yeah, exactly.
And the people that are looking for something healthy will appreciate that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a little bit more effort, but it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then speaking of those healthy options, portion controlling throughout the Christmas time, Christmas celebrations and everything. So once you get into the party, like actually tracking what you're eating as you're eating it. It's about that mindful like eating habits as well. Are you getting full from just the mix on the table? like, from all the nibblies and everything, or are you getting it from your nice healthy salads and veggies and things like that? And then are you going back for seconds?
Yeah.
If you want to try everything, do that, but make sure it's all portioned into the one plate is a good tip.
Yeah, we did talk about portion control in the last one. Was
Yeah.
it the one before?
No, the last one, yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you are going back for seconds, just go back for salads. Just don't, because we all eat way too much protein anyway. So you don't need another 2 pieces of chicken. Like,
No.
you just,
Yeah.
or another 2
Definitely not.
sausages.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go back for more salad, and then you'll find yourself, after you eat that salad, you're not going to go back again.
Yeah, no.
So,
No. You'll
yeah.
feel full.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, exercising, I suppose. So we were talking about it before, about how a good goal in terms of like your weight over and your fat mass and all that sort of stuff over the Christmas time is rather than thinking of it as wanting to continue to lose weight, you should more likely try to aim for a maintenance.
Yes.
So just trying to stick to the same weight and not gaining any. If you can not gain any weight over the Christmas period, you're doing a really good job.
Goal number 1, maintain, don't gain.
Yeah, maintain, don't gain. Yeah.
I can talk from experience here from doing weighs and measures in this, because I do them at the start of each month for all of my clients.
Yeah.
So come back first week back of January, and the average person will probably put on about 2 to 3 kilos over Christmas, just by overindulging that little bit too much. Some people have even put on more.
Yeah.
So if you can set yourself a goal to maintain your weight, you're doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's not just about how much food we're eating and the types of food that we're eating, but it's also about our physical activity. Because when you're traveling and you're visiting people and everything, you're more likely just going to sit and catch up and chat. It's not so much of the... You're not getting your step count in. You're not going to reach your 10,000 steps at the party sort of thing.
And you don't really care because you're on holidays.
Yeah.
Or, you're visiting friends. So you're not thinking about the workout that you've missed out on because you're catching up with family.
Yeah. So then I suppose the best ways to fit in that physical activity would be, what do you think?
Oh, definitely planning outdoor activities. So if you are meeting with the family or with friends, try and make it outside. So then you bring a soccer ball or a frisbee and that way you can add in some nice healthy activities where you're actually moving and getting the heart rate up and having fun and still, socializing all at the same time. Yeah. So you could definitely sit around the back porch and, drink wine and eat. Or you could go down the park and lay out a rug and take the soccer ball and kick the ball with the kids. So more family activities outside.
Yeah.
If the weather's good and you can do it, definitely.
And I know a lot of people, when they are traveling, they go to the coast and to see the beach on Christmas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So going to the beach, going for a swim. Yeah.
Getting up early, walking along the beach, running along the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, just being outside. You're more likely to get your step count out if you're actually outside.
Yeah. That's one thing about Orange, and I noticed that when I very first moved here 22 years ago, I couldn't believe how many people are outside in comparison to where I came from, the Sunshine Coast. When you go to the coast, there's people walking their dogs, riding bikes, running, walking, talking. Like, they're just everywhere outside.
Yeah.
In masses. And then in Orange, the only, you just see people go downtown and walk downtown, but they're walking around the shops and then they're pretty much going home. They're not doing as much exercise as what these people are doing on the coastal regions because, one, the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
big factor.
Yeah. And they're just, I think it's I
think it's a cultural thing.
Yeah, a cultural thing, and just something that we're not doing as much of in Orange. And I suppose it's a generational thing as well. People just aren't getting out there as much as what they should be.
Yep.
When you go to the coast and you see all these people, so many fit and healthy.
It's almost like staying at home isn't an option.
Yeah.
Whenever I go out there and see people living their lives like that, I'm like, they must not ever go home. And I don't blame them. Like, if I'm that close to the beach,
Just out. I would be there too.
Yeah, all the time. Just out all the time.
Yeah, so we've got to think of ways that we can get our community moving more outside. Yeah, and getting together with family during the Christmas period. This is a good opportunity to try and get into some healthy habits of getting outside and
absolutely.
Even here, just with us on the Sunday morning with the family. So we have Sunday morning breakfast here, the Crawfords, and we take a little walk outside. But maybe we could take a bigger walk, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Soon it'll be warm enough to go swimming
Yay.
in the quarry, which is like, I can't wait for that.
Super excited about that too.
Yeah. That's going to be great physical activity and something that the family can still bond over. Like,
yeah.
I feel like kids make more memories being physical and being outside than what they do being inside and, you know, watching the TV or, you know.
Think about your holidays, Zara, that we went on, that we were at the beach. Or do you remember those holidays?
They're the best. Yeah, absolutely. Or even just stuff like being at Nana's and Pa's in the pool.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many good memories of the pool. So many memories of the ocean, swimming, and and even camping. Like, it was so good.
The trip in the van, the big trip that we did as well, like up the coast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the caravan parks, the big jumping pillows.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, yeah. Even just stuff like setting up the caravan.
Yeah.
I just remember those little things. Like, and it didn't even have to be up on the coast. Like, I remember trips going to Wellington and then just like
playing golf, going to the caves, going across the road to the gardens.
Yeah.
Just being outside.
Yeah.
So if you think back and you think, okay, so all of those things have stuck in my memory as good fun times as a child. You want that for your kids.
Yeah.
So you just want to try and make the effort to get outside and take them out, do activities, take them to the Boreal Caves, take them to Cook Park.
It doesn't have to be far. It doesn't have to be expensive.
Playground.
Like, you don't, it's literally just a matter of just being outside. Like, you know, I have memories from Cook Park and everything as well. Like, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be
expensive holidays.
No, not at all. You don't need all the fancy equipment and all that sort of stuff. Like, I remember heaps of memories from the lake.
Yeah,
Lake
we used to
Canopolis.
go to the lake a lot because it was an easy, cheap thing for us to do when we first moved here and you guys were little, and we'd just pack up a picnic. So, you know, that's a fun thing to do, and it was always healthy food.
Yeah.
And then, get down there and run and play and swim and fun.
Yeah, just fun.
Yeah.
Good memories. Fantastic. All right, do we have anything else? I don't think so.
I think we've covered all the points that we wanted to.
Yeah. I think the key with Christmas time is to cut yourself some slack and just have fun. But keep these things in the back of your mind as you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't fall off the bandwagon completely over the next few months.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not don't use the holidays and Christmas as an excuse to go overboard with your eating.
Yeah.
Because people go, oh, it's Christmas, I can do that. Well, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, it's still, like, the time still ticks on. And then the week after, it's January. It's not Christmas time anymore, but your body still feels it, you know?
And it's so easy to put it on. And just by making a few, you know, mindless errors in your thinking and your judgment and your choices. And it's so hard to get off.
Yeah, so easy to put on, hard to get off.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into the new year thinking, I've got to lose all this weight that I've gained. Yeah. When you can just make those small choices that make a big impact. Like,
maintain, don't gain.
Yes, maintain, don't gain.
That's the theme.
Whoop. All right, brilliant. Okay, well, thank you guys all for listening. Do we have any other recommendations or anything before we sign off?
No, but I'd like for you guys to comment, if you could, on some great local areas or outside where you can take your kids, your family, your loved ones, and get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having. So comment below and give us some ideas. That'd be good.
Yeah, love that. All right, and then next week we may have a guest.
Oh gosh, right? So fingers crossed.
We'll see how we go. If not, we will catch you guys next week, and we'll see you then. Signing off. Thanks, guys, for listening. Bye.
Bye.